Yeah, maybe it's down. What? Oh. Hello? Are we back yet? We're back. I had an internet. We had an internet outage here. But that's cool that it came back. I'm just checking the router. Another room. Good thing it didn't happen during the game. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. We're up to 1301 for World Senior. 1 month, less than 1 month to go to the World Senior, where I'm going to crush Michael Adams for the World Senior title. Don't forget to donate, guys. It's a new week. We're up to 1301. We're going for 2200. Master level. Okay, what do we got? I still have half an hour, so I have time for a couple more games. If anybody wants to challenge me. But anyway, I was saying about this game before the internet went down. It looks like I was okay until F4, I guess. Even actually, I was fine until I hallucinated. I just hallucinated that I could play F5. Really weird. In my mind, somehow I could play F5 and not lose a pawn. Total loss of consciousness. I'm just completely lost. I mean, I'm just losing a major pawn there. King Kong. King Kong 127. Sorry guys, I had a momentary internet lossage there. Don't know what that was about. Doesn't happen much. I have pretty good connection here. Once in a while. Mr. Coffee with the challenge. I hate when this happens. Alright. Again. That's all we're going to get is c5, g6. c5, g6. Damn. The Mr. Zen Chess clone. Now, he does what Zen Chess didn't do with a very early e6. Too early, but what can I do about it, really? There's no refutation of e6. This setup is borrowed from my friend, someone on Sound, who said he's coming back to the stream. Should be back soon. He had taken a break from chess. We should look up someone on Sound. Typically, we would see like c3. I don't know. I associate this setup with Bent Larson. Uh-oh. Connecting to chat, it says. Is my internet still funky? Well, we had an outage for like 3 minutes, and then just now there was another message of connecting to chat, so possibly we were going to drop again. I wouldn't be surprised if the connection dropped again. I've got to go to Aldi. Aldi or Lidl? Do you have Lidl in the States too, Mr. Coffee? I always thought it was weird that Aldi and Lidl, they almost sound like a reverse of the same thing. They also have the same sort of theme, like some tricolor, like orange, blue, and white or something. It's weird. I'm paranoid I'm paranoid that Aldi and Lidl are basically the same company, just pretending to be like, they're like a cartel. The same company pretending to be like two different companies or something. They avoid the monopoly. Low-cost supermarkets. It's like low-cost airlines. No frills, basically, is what you're getting. They have their own store brand. All right. If I do this, what happens? Little Harrisburg. Are they like German? Are they both German companies? I don't even know. I thought they were German. Well, I thought one of them, Aldi, was anyway. Which one is a knockoff of the other? Well, King Kong couldn't have played more like me. I probably almost had the exact same position as Black against someone unsound. Okay, I've also had other games where I tried to be more aggressive with the queenside pawns. Well, I mean, I also might have played with d6 instead of d5. I tried pushing, I think. But bishop a6 looks very, very normal. Not sure about this. I am not an authority on playing this with white, obviously. And I don't have that much respect for it, but it's playable. Someone on sound really liked it. What happens if d4? Richard would do weird stuff like keep the tension. You know, you wouldn't expect it, but it would be like bishop d2 would be better than you thought. Even though it looks kind of funky. Honestly, I've never had a really good feel for the closed Sicilian. And I keep ending up with closed Sicilians every game. When I was young, I liked playing like the closed Sicilian against the English. So I would play c4, e5, knight c3, knight c6. Essentially closed Sicilians in reverse with Black against the English. And then I tried to play the closed Sicilian a little bit with white here and there as you know, as a, let's say, alternate line of attack, but I always sort of hated playing against the closed Sicilian. It's hard to play something like, you know, you hate playing against. It would be like me playing the London or something. I hate playing against the closed Sicilian. I hate playing against the c3 Sicilian. I always felt dirty if I would like consider playing the c3 Sicilian. It's, you're either for it or you're against it. You can't be both, you know. But in reality, that's kind of an artificial way of looking at things. Did you see Mr. Coffee in the news? The Washington Post came out with a widely panned like poll yesterday that claimed that Donald Trump was like 10 points ahead of Biden for a presidential re-election. Everyone's like slamming them for releasing like an obscenely like inaccurate poll. Chat messages above were sent in the past hour. What the hell is that? Where did that message come from? But was I bringing this up? Oh yeah, if you can't beat them, join them. All right. I should become an ardent Trump supporter. Just for making money. Dude, people can't fall asleep, man. You have another Hillary Clinton nightmare. Get out and vote. Taylor Swift fans. Damn it, this guy is so strong. How do I have no losses against this guy? Maybe he's related to Repunch. This is the real Repunch. No, he's from Palestine. Palestine's a long way from India. Sort of. Well, relatively long way anyway. I just don't know what to do. The hell is my plan here? He's got me paralyzed to this pawn. How do I deal with that? Do I really have to push? Yeah, they're slamming them for, you're not supposed to release poles that are really way off, way out of whack, generally. But I think it's good if it like wakes people up a little bit, even if it's totally bullshit. Yeah, they must have just been calling like trailer parks or something. Sure, it could happen. That's what they said about my like, all inequities being like totally unbelievable statistically. Any hand where I was behind, I would never reach, like, realize my all inequities. And I'm supposed to believe it's like a statistical outlier. I'm supposed to win like over like hundreds of thousands of hands, like 9% with my deuce 7 or whatever, and it just never happened. That's just a coincidence. It could happen, of course. It's just a coincidence. Alright, we're going to do it. D4. Well, the big argument is everybody is like the economy, and shit. But there's like the real situation with the economy, and then there's like fake data and like just the one thing that I notice is that the whole world has really bad inflation problems, and a lot of times both here in Hungary and in the United States, everyone tries to paint it like it's a domestic problem, The bottom line is that it's not a domestic problem. It's a worldwide problem. It is worse in Hungary than most European countries. True. But if it's like in the United States, people act as if like they're living in a bubble or something. Like the rest of the world doesn't exist. It's really strange. I get it that they're like nationalist and all that matters to them is the United States. But I mean, if you're going to dismiss stuff like science, why the hell would you believe like economic data or care that other countries exist in the world? It's Joe Biden's fault that there's like worldwide, inflation. People are just never gonna care anyway. What's science? Who cares? They brought like a asteroid sample from the most dangerous space rock in the planet yesterday. I have less money to spend on my burgers this week, and it's Joe Biden's fault or whoever's fault. That's one of the things I like about living in Europe, though. Most Americans have never left their like home state and shit. It's unbelievable. For them, like the rest of the world doesn't exist. I mean, Europe is much more complicated because we have a lot of different countries within the European Union and then the UK, and a lot of it's a lot more complicated. You really can't compare. The United States really is like an island to itself in a sense. But with Europeans, they understand more that there's at least a whole continent with other countries and stuff. Yeah, America is everything. America is the greatest country in the world. Blah, 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 blah. Wave the flag. But I mean, the bottom line is that the economy is actually not doing bad. Companies are making money. Businesses are making money. It's like the people that are poor. That's why there's an auto workers strike. Because all the money goes to corporate executives. That's the problem. And we need to make laws to stop that from happening. They're saying the auto worker's salary has increased like, what, 5% over the last, 10 years, while CEO salaries have increased by like 40%. Your money is just going in the pockets of some billionaires. It's not that the economy is bad. And lawmakers need to step in and stop that from being, allowed. It's like, but that's on both sides, It doesn't matter, Democrats or Republicans. Nobody's enacting any laws. Although, if anything, probably the Republicans are worse because they're well, I mean, both sides are bad, to be honest, in letting them get away with it. But there's a few politicians out there, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren, who really want to keep these companies to account. No one would elect like Elizabeth Warren as president if she ran, but she would be a good president for the people. Sadly. Senator from Massachusetts, for those that don't know. Most people hate her because she's liberal and a woman, but she's a really bright lady. And I think her heart's in the right place. Anyway, she's not running for president, so whatever. Bernie Sanders, of course, has a cult following. He would definitely try to stop this shit from happening with companies exploiting. But the problem is people are inherently A, stupid, and B, fed a lot of misinformation. And that's a bad combination. They're already naturally stupid. And then you add on top of that the misinformation. And it's like game over, man. I can't believe King Kong has messed this up. Now I have an outside pass pawn. It might even be winning for white. This is probably winning for white. He was better like pretty much the whole game. And just randomly played Queen B2. Guys, we have time for one more game. Mr. Coffee? Billionaires. Yeah, Elon Musk is going to save the world. Or destroy it. He'll flip a coin to see like which one. I don't know, man. You're in the queue. Okay, f5. That doesn't work. But I understand your idea. If there's no en passant, you're good there. The only assumption is that essentially King Kong is like a young player who doesn't have endgame experience. I mean, clearly Elon Musk has too much power. Even like world leaders are like cozying up to him now. It's totally sick. Whatever. Another game I didn't deserve to win. Dude's like better the whole game. All I do is like get a slightly worse position and then win every single game. Okay, so we're following theory. As I said, I probably had this position with black. Well, King H1 isn't common, but it's a totally standard idea. And now we transpose to Larsen Kovalek from 1973. Yeah, we could put AI toward like stopping chess cheaters, no? That would be a good idea. Last game coming up. B6. So after d4 I'm better. But it looks like I reacted too slowly here. I could have just played, I'm an idiot. I could have just played g3. Oh my god. h3, I mean. This is so stupid. I completely forgot you couldn't play h4. Alright. I wasted like 2 tempi delaying g4 there. Mr. Kraken. I should start a company like, well actually, they'll get me with, Starbucks will sue me for defamation or copyright infringement. We have to embrace cheaters to improve the general chess theory. Well, I mean, seriously, that's essentially what the top pros do. I mean, correspondence chess is computers playing each other, and top players are using, or should be using, like, correspondence games and correspondence database pretty heavily. So essentially, you're right. Yeah, this is annoying. Alright, bishop g4. d4, d6, knight f3 is really not easy for black to get an interesting and imbalanced type of position. It's hard to play for a win against this. Of course I can transpose to a king's at the end, but he won't do it. He'll play the like Tory attack or whatever. h3, provoking me. If AI developed feelings, they would like get banned on my stream and be offended. I think they already have. I think G South is already experimenting with AI in the chat here. I quickly decided to play g6 because ultimately the fact is this file is going to be a half-moon file, and my favorite is when people who cheat like lose on time because they're like really inept, like move entry level entry-level cheaters, basically. And then you're like embarrassed to like submit the game to lichess as evidence of cheating. Well, I beat them because they like lost on time up 2 queens or something, and they couldn't mate me in time. But other than that, they like played a perfect game. There's always something satisfying about that. Like flagging inept cheaters. I don't know about knight f6 though. I don't know. I don't mind allowing bishop takes f3, but I think you should probably play c4 rather than h3 if you're okay with that structure. I feel that h3 is a waste of time, and it's a minor factor, but it does take away like bishop h3 as an idea. It's like playing a3 in the Nimzo. I'm sure that it's not a terrible move. If you put this on Stockfish, it's definitely going to give white a pretty chunky advantage, I would think. This is a risky way for black to play the bishop g4, and objectively not that great, but also not that easy for white to play. Alright guys, I didn't announce this, but this is important. This week's tournament is being moved to Wednesday. Mr. Coffee, Asterbait. There are some changes to the schedule for this week. The weekly Panda tournament is Wednesday. So there's no stream Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. And we're streaming on Wednesday night instead, just for this week. I have something I have to do Tuesday night. So Tuesday tournament, Wednesday is the new Tuesday, just for this week. And the following morning, anyway, Wednesday has been the worst stream. I've been on the verge of like just doing away with Wednesday streams anyway. We never have any viewers on Wednesday. I don't have a good concept for it. If there's any stream I cancel during a week, it's definitely Wednesday stream. So we're gonna skip Wednesday stream, so I can stream Wednesday night. I'm not gonna do 2 streams in one day. My point being, I'm not gonna stream twice. We're just gonna do no stream Tuesday and then Wednesday night. Knight h5. So h6, bishop h4, h6, bishop f4. This is a little bit of a tricky position. I really want to put some pawns. Oh, I don't understand it, to be honest. But I stream the same time Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And for the last, 4 years, across the board, there's always less viewers on Wednesdays. It's something about the middle of the week, for some reason. Wednesdays has forever been my least popular stream, and I should have done away with it a long time ago. I guess the further you get away from the weekend, the less people have time or something. The more they're really in work mode, or I don't know. There's got to be a psychological reason for it. Or more than a psychological reason, but a concrete reason for it. I just keep streaming Wednesdays and I never have any viewers, and I don't know why I'm bothering, Just out of momentum. But listen to your viewership. So I'm not sorry to say I'm not going to stream on Wednesday morning. Feels like Mr. Coffee probably has no idea what he's doing here. It's like hard to define white's plan structure, etc. With that broken king side, he probably doesn't feel super comfortable. I know Mr. Coffee and his opening repertoire is, let's say he's new to playing d4, c4, and if you are, then this is going to be not so easy. Lead openings. And whenever I like get this, there's somebody like going to challenge me. Heroku challenges me now. It's too late. I got to go. Heroku, why did you wait so long to challenge me? Should have challenged me before. They're all showing up now. Nope. I have to go. Time for shopping. Monday is a busy day. 2 hours is all I can do. We'll be back Wednesday night with the tournament stream. Wednesday night tournament stream. I think we're due for an arena. Mr. Coffee keeping the tension. What is my plan here? Knight h5, f4. If knight h5, f4. Queen a5. That's a great move. More handsome streamers, damn. Seriously. More beautiful. Not as hot as I used to be. Not as vain either. I don't know. I think the b5 complicates the position, but I'm not sure it's a good move objectively. Maybe it's not bad, I guess. No, I mean, I don't know. The older I get, like, the less I care about my appearance, really. I think younger people are... It's a matter of getting older, and I feel like psychologically, when you're younger, you're more susceptible to societal pressures. I mean, it's good to look good no matter what age you are, to care about how you look and stuff, but not to be overly obsessed with it. I think I always cared quite a bit about my appearance, maybe not more than average, but in old age, first of all, it's a matter of, like, you know, not having to impress anyone. I do think that chess streamers are very typically chess streamers. I mean, streamers are more focused on appearance, of course, for obvious reasons. But ironically, like, I used to care a lot more about how I looked than I do in my old age, you know, for many reasons. But you also get older and you change the way you view stuff. I mean, it is kind of superficial at the end of the day. There was this guy on my YouTube comments who said I needed to wash my hair. I took that very personally. I've literally never had anyone, like, accuse me of not washing my hair. I mean, sorry, man, I just have, like, not the most, like... I took it personally. I mean, I wash my hair, at least, like, 3 or 4 times a week. You're not supposed to wash your hair every day. It's not good for your hair. Like, any hairstylist will tell you that. But, I don't like when my hair is, like, super fluffy, so I don't like to use shampoo, like, without conditioner that leaves it, like, super fluffy. because I have thin hair. Did anybody here watch Fargo series? There's a funny scene in that like third season of Fargo where these two like hitmen are like talking about like shampoo. It was just surreal and kind of funny, you know. They're like having breakfast. They're having breakfast, these two hitmen, and they're like talking about like which kind of shampoo is better to use with like hard or soft water or whatever. I was like, this is classic. Mr. Coffee. See, that's what I was talking about, the C file. Well, my dad got that from the army. He was all about being neat, and he had been trained to be that way. But what I don't really do is like the totally vain obsession with appearance. Dude, seriously, no. I mean, I just mentioned it. Like, I've got all kinds of weird people with hang-ups, man. Not just the shampoo guy, but I mean, this guy just wants to be a hater. You know, I'm not going to respond to every hater. But honestly, like, in my life, I don't think I've been like since high school. No one's ever been like, you don't wash your hair. It's like an elementary school thing, you know. Believe me, man, I'm a chess player. I've played like tons of Russian grandmasters who didn't have a shower or wash themselves for like, you know, 2 weeks, man. There was like Arbakov from Gorky Park. I've told a story before how the guy like literally played 2 weeks of tournaments without ever washing himself. I mean, I'm very familiar with what chess players are capable of in terms of, you know, self-maintenance. So I take it very personally when people accuse me of not washing my hair. I mean, damn, dude, didn't meet Valentin Arbakov. It's just ridiculous, dude. I just have naturally oily hair. What can I do, you know? Hygiene, that's the word. Hi, Gene. Mr. Coffee handled this pretty well. I mean, you always get people that are like nasty in the comment section of your videos. I mean, that's the more viewers you have, the better, you know. Nasty comments is a good sign. It means we have viewers. But Mr. Coffee handling this much better than I expected. Quite well, in fact. How's your bishops? They have enough oxygen and whatnot. I don't love my pawn structure. That's why I didn't like b5. I was regretting kind of doing that. Anyway, when I was in college, I had this roommate that was like Mr. Appearance. That rubs off on you, you know? Alright. Yeah, I can't trap bishops. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I could focus on that pawn. Pawn the one thing I like is his isolated pawns. There's a hope that both his bishops will be like stuck, but there's also this problem with my pawn here. Pretty serious backward pawn we're talking about for me here. It's gonna take a special effort. And this is the idea of the whole setup, by the way. If you want to really like break it down. I'm playing bishop g4, I'm trading the light square bishop off, and then I'm going to put all of my pawns on white squares. So it all makes sense to a degree. Damn. Shit. Shit. God damn it, Jerry. I was banking on knight b8. Delicious. Oh, that move. Wow. Mr. Coffee, you had better. How many pawns can you get? You had bishop d6 undermining the base of my pawn chain at b8. Still, it's not that simple. I'm only one pawn up. His bishop isn't that bad. This has got to be a bad move, dude. That's just sheer panic. I'm still not sure if he's lost, though. I mean, it looks pretty grim. But at the same time, I do have a lot of pawns on light squares, and his bishop can attack them from behind. If he were to get in here, you know, somehow, he can get in behind and attack my pawns, theoretically. But I think, yeah, I mean, between this mass and the isolated pawn on f4, it looks pretty bad for white. Maybe I can wheedle my king in on the dark squares, too. Should be winning somehow. This is controversial. Now putting my pawn so that if he gets in behind, he can attack the g6 base. Now he just blundered. And that's too much. So I'm not sure where the line is, really. He was lost and then he came back and then he was lost again. So basically he's holding up until we're in time pressure with f5. And then this is a bad move. He should have played rook fc1, attacking the base of the pawn chain. And then I intended to play, what, knight b8? And then what does he do? He has bishop e7 now. I play rook e8, and he has bishop d6, and that's the secret, right? You have to undermine the base of my pawn chain in your holding. But I mean, opening-wise, I think this is a good way for black to play for a win, even though it's objectively, you know, kind of not regarded as a great system. I do think it's a good way for black to get an imbalanced game. But h3 is questionable. Look at this. I mean, it's look at that right there. Literally, like, Rachmanov is the only good player. Rachmanov is the only good player to have played this in the last, like, 15 years with white. Loginov, Gelfand, 1987. Jeez. Bishop takes f3. Yeah. I don't see why you want to play h3. Play c4. Or play, you know, e4 if you're an e4 player, but play c4. It's better. This is kind of a loss of time and slightly weakens your position. So it looks like everybody took with the e pawn, but I don't have an issue with g takes f. Position should be equal. But look at the score. Okay, there's no high level players here except for Hickel and Pridorozhny. But basically, White didn't win a single game. No, if you play c4 and I take, you have an improved version of the game. This is a question of like practicality. Why did White lose every game or draw, not win a game? Now we found a game White actually won. I didn't like my b5, but the computer thinks it's okay. Holy shit. The Kraken! Is there any opening that Jens Friis-Nielsen doesn't play? Unbelievable. This guy he even plays the Kraken. He plays everything. I really gotta meet this guy. Danish, I am. But anyways, so we actually transposed to a master game from 2006. We played f4 here. Mr. Coffey's line is a little more solid. Then you played f4. I had e5. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, black's a little easier to play, dude. It's not easy to play. This is tough for you to learn to play with this kind of structure. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Have a great week. I'll see you Wednesday. Laters. Bye-bye. Hey. Guys, Wednesday tournament. Bye-bye.